What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Bleacher Report. I am your host, TD from TD PHINS TALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. And here we are live after the Miami Dolphins absolutely got obliterated by the Cleveland Browns in one of the weirdest games that you could think of. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard to kind of react to a game like the one that we all just watched. That was pathetic. That was pathetic. That was a pathetic game from the Miami Dolphins. Okay. And this starts at the top, as always. Every week we say, Mike McDaniel, you didn't have him disciplined, penalties galore. Just the whole team, Tua Tagovailoa turning the ball over in bunches, 3 interceptions. I think he had a few fumbles too. Just this is okay. Let's call it what it is. The Dolphins are a terrible team this year. It's that simple. The Dolphins are going to have to clean house. They're going to have to clean everything out. Everything pretty much must go at this point. Shout out to Bud Lee, said, I think Tua tanking on purpose. If he drops to third string, he gets to sit on his couch watching while making $58 million. Listen, the Dolphins just got to do what's right. And you know what that is? They won't do it, but they need to go ahead and march Quinn Ewers out there for the rest of the year. See if you could develop him as a quarterback. Can he get better? And right now, it's probably not, but you never know. Here's what I do know. Quinn Ewers ain't going to do no worse than Tua's out there doing. That's what I know now. I now officially know that Quinn Ewers is not going to do any worse than what Tua's out there doing. You have to start preparing for the future, seeing what you have. You got to start preparing for the future. It's just not good. Stephen Ross just got embarrassed as an owner. Is that enough to trigger some type of change right now? He literally just got embarrassed as an owner. Is that enough to trigger some type of change? Because change has to come, and it has to come now. And I understand people are like, what benefit does it have now? You send a message to the fan base that you're not accepting this, and you hold someone accountable, and you go ahead and start preparing for the future. Because at this point, being 1-6, we got to stop this delusion. Out of those 6 losses, what we need to come to realize now, like 4 of them are against teams that are considered inferior in this league. Like you lost to 4 bad teams. That's a problem. So what makes you think you just go rattle off some wins against good teams? And I'm going to tell you now, the ripple effect goes even further now. It's going to be a ripple effect. And when I say ripple effect, I'm referring to this is the roster you have. Guys are going to start getting hurt in and out of the lineup. The continuity. You're already out there getting Waddle banged up. Guys are out there getting banged up too. Malik Washington got hit in the back in the middle of the game. Guys are getting banged up. I don't see the continuity in this team anymore, and that it's going to have any positive effect whatsoever moving forward. Green KC said 100% facts. Start Quinn Ewers rest of season. Yeah, we can say that, but they're not. They bench Tua at the end, but they'll do it at a point where they say, well, we felt it was out of reach. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's out of reach. We all know the O-line is terrible. But come on, it doesn't matter if you're that terrible. Quarterbacks ain't out here turning the ball over in bunches like that. Yes, the defense is terrible. But how many points did the defense give up today? No discipline, penalties galore. This is why everyone has to go. We have to stop. Well, not this person, not that person, not this person, not that person. It's too toxic now. I think that listen, it's compounding issues in Miami. Let me explain this to y'all. First of all, your head coach, nobody's bought into him because the type of personality is he's cool for everybody to get along with. But do you really have ultimate respect? Yeah, you'll have respect from young guys who are trying to make their way in the league. They're just happy to be there because it's a dream come true. But you're not getting true respect from the people that's making the money. The guys who don't feel like they gotta, like you're not getting those guys respect, and that's why they keep leaving. That's why Ramsey and all these guys, they keep leaving. You don't have their respect. McDaniel, I used to make a lot of excuses for him, but now I know he's a part of the problem too. And one of the biggest reasons he's a part of the problem is because it was his endorsement, not once, but twice, that sealed our fate. The first time is when he got hired to fix Tua, basically saying he could. He basically said he could. And the second time when you went into to Stephen Ross and you vouched for the extension. That's right. Tua told everybody that you played a major role, went up to the boss and asked for the extension, and he got it. That's 2 times. So you're responsible for this. And now you have no answer. And now everybody see the importance of a guy like Tyreek Hill too. Tua's been getting carried all of these years. We just haven't seen it because he puts the ball in the spot with good timing. Where's all of that now? Oh, you need those receivers to do it. And even with the receivers, it still hasn't been here. Where has it been? Teams have adjusted. Now the entire NFL knows exactly what to do. Take away Tua's strengths, make him operate inside of his weaknesses, and he'll have bad games. And now he's stacking them up. He is stacking these bad games up. And a matter of fact, it's time to have a real conversation. Tua Tagovailoa is a bust. Oh, I know some people are going to go wild about this one, but Tua Tagovailoa is a bust. If he was a 5th-round pick playing like this, he wouldn't be considered a bust. If he was a 3rd-round pick playing like this, it wouldn't be considered a bust. Maybe not even a 2nd-round pick playing like this. But you were a 1st-round pick, number 5 overall. You out here turning the ball over in bunches and you're in bunches of bunches. You out here turning the ball over in bunches of bunches. These are throws directly straight to the defender, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, like throwing it right in their hands. They ain't even got to make a play diving or nothing. You're throwing the football right to him. Why? Because he's still out there spot throwing. He like, well, my guy should be there. And y'all really feel like he be processing the field. The man ain't never processed the field. Not at the level required in this NFL. At all. Can't believe we went to war in the fan base back and forth about for this. This is what we've been arguing about for 6 years. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. Thank you, Huggy. Said he can't make a decision under pressure at all. Exactly. Everything has to be perfect. Everything got to be perfect. The personnel, the timing, the play call at the perfect moment. Everything got to be perfect. Well, newsflash, everything's not going to be perfect in the NFL. It never is for every quarterback. Yeah, you'll have perfect moments, but I'm sorry. The name of the game is, how do you operate outside of perfection? How do you operate outside of perfection? Just like today, he threw a deep ball and nobody was even out there. I've been telling y'all for years, almost all his deep balls, he looks one way and throws it blindly the other way. Who throws a deep ball without looking at the receiver having a step on a corner? He didn't see that. He did exactly what he always did. Look right, bring the safety over, throw it blindly, knowing, hey, my guy should be there. He should be there. That's not processing. Tua's having a really bad stretch right now. And it's not even against the better competition. You want to know what the better competition is? You about to have 3 weeks of it in a row. Maybe 4. Oh, boy, it might be 4 weeks. I got to go look at the schedule. Let me pull it up. Because you got your 3 games coming up. And it's 3 of the best teams you played. It might be the 3 best teams you played. I don't know if we played anybody better than any of the teams that we are about to play. Let me double check this. Here's your next few games. The Falcons. You see how they look this week? That defense putting pressure on the quarterback, we got a problem. The Ravens. Lamar should be back. The Bills after that. Then the Commanders. Oh, man. Four. We might lose the next 4 games. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dolphins, you might look up and we 1-10. Even if we want to be generous and say, oh, we get 1 out of that, 2-9. Once you get 8 losses, you ain't going to the playoffs. We 2 away from that, and I can tell you now, we going to get 2 in the next 4 weeks. Start selling everything now while you can. Stop with this. Oh, as long as we got a chance, we're going to compete. Sure. Oh, my gosh. If you're a Dolphins fan, man, we should be used to this, but they find a new way to make you just like, wow, a new low. In the Browns, I feel like they didn't do anything special. I don't feel like outside of that one big break run early in the game, outside of that, I didn't see nothing special on the ground running the football. I didn't. Dylan Gabriel had 116 yards. Like, I don't see anything special. The leading receiver had 36 yards. I don't see anything special. They played just as bad as us. You want to know what the difference was? Turning the same thing every week, turning the football over. Do y'all know that there's only one game this season Tua hasn't turned the ball over and thrown a pick? It's the game that we won. The Jets. The only game we didn't turn the football over. And y'all want to keep talking about the O-line in the defense. Most of these games, if we didn't turn the football over, we wouldn't have even lost regardless of the defense. You lose to the Chargers by 2 points. I don't care that they put up 29. If we didn't turn the ball over, we don't lose that by 2 points. The Panthers, you lose by 3 points. The defense was bad, but if you don't turn the ball over to her, we don't lose by those 3. Even the Bills beat us by 10. We all know if you didn't throw that pick in at the end, we knew we were going to get that game. Same thing with the Patriots. You lost by 5. Them turnovers we had. One was a fumble, I think, too, but it was a pick, too. So keep talking about the O-line. Keep talking about the defense. We still can win despite if the guy who's making the most money just doesn't become a part of the reason. Why is that so hard for people to understand? We know we got issues amongst the roster, but guess what? Regardless of how bad the defense is, regardless of how bad we can't run the ball, regardless of how bad the O-line is, if Tua protects the football, we would still be winning. That's why I always put it on him. You make the most money, don't contribute to the loss. If we lose, be able to lose and say, hey, I did my job and I did it well without mistakes. Because I'm telling you, if he ends a game saying, I did my job, did it well without making mistakes, man, we're going to win. We're going to win. That's the problem. He's not doing that. He's contributing in every loss we have. Every loss we have, he contributes to it. I genuinely believe the 2019 Brian Flores-led no-name Dolphins would destroy this current team. If that isn't a complete indictment on Chris Grier and how poorly this rebuild went, I don't know what is. That was a message from our man in the chat. It's bad. I don't recall I don't remember a team we've had that's been worse than this. This is worse than the 1-15. At least they have nobody in the roster that year. This team has no grit and ambition. None. Well, hopefully this is the message to Stephen Ross. That's the loss that should break the camel's back. Okay? Ryan Tannehill was a better quarterback with less, says Enrique. TD, was Flores right? Yes, he was. Yes, he was. The Dolphins need to rebuild, strip this roster, and go get a new quarterback. And start building over. Is Zach Wilson getting traded? No. When you put Quinn Ewers up there like that ahead of Zach Wilson, that's an indication that they were prepared for, hey, if this goes south, let's start getting a look at Quinn. That's why they took Tua out. Let's start getting a look at Quinn. And at this point, there's no benefit of having Zach back up Tua because it's only to try to have the best chance to win. But now, the way things are going, that best chance to win don't matter. Quinn Ewers, your number 2. Let's instill confidence. Let's give him second-team reps. We got to see who he is over the next coming weeks, potentially. And if it keeps getting worse, we might make that change permanently to start getting the feel. I'm telling you, if Tua keep this up, it's coming. It's coming where they literally take him out of a game and they start Quinn Ewers. just to start to see him. And I'm not saying it's going to be any better. But if Tua keep turning the ball over in bunches like this, he's going to officially get pulled, as in, all right, sit him to the side. We'll figure out what to do with that next year. That's what it becomes. It's not what you want. It's not what you want, the situation you want to be in as a quarterback at all. And man, Jackson Dart out here making unbelievable plays. Just saw it on my screen. Crazy scramble, escaping all kind of pressure. Good QB play is all about reading poor DB body positioning and throwing against those physics. Well, tell that to Tua. Tell that to Tua. Tell that to Tua. Man, oh man. Boy, here we go, y'all. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here. I don't want to just beat a dead horse. I'm gonna do additional post-game show on my YouTube channel. For those who are on Bleacher Report right now, you can come on over if you want to join me on TD PHINS TALK on YouTube. And I'm gonna drop the link and let people come in and voice their opinions after I do my monologue. But Fins up no matter what. Thank y'all for tuning in to Bleacher Report. For those on my channel, you can stay tuned. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Dolphins get embarrassed. Look for change to come. We'll see if we'll see what happens tomorrow. Peace. I'm out. One moment, y'all. I see y'all still here on YouTube. I'm just shutting down the Bleacher stream first. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all. It is 4:32 right now. I'm gonna fire up the next stream. And y'all go ahead and if you are a Patreon member, I'm gonna drop the link in there. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And maybe on the back end, I'll drop it to other people. All right. But in about 10 to 15 minutes, I'm gonna start the next stream. I'm just gonna go check on the fam and everything, make sure everything good. And then we'll start about 4:45, 4:50-ish, and we'll get it in. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all in just a moment. Peace. I'm out. Two is about the same. Chad Henney, both same era. Yes. All right, man. I'll see y'all soon.